Hi Taurus, I hope you guys are doing great today. So we're going to get into Celtic cross spread, then I'm going to do a quick oracle read for love. I did post the astrology video for the crazy week that we're going to be having this week. It really is. The second week of May is going to be nuts with just retrograde galore. Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, everybody's retrograde. We have Mars entering Pisces. We have lots going on. So I did a separate video on that if you wanted to check that out also. It's a very long video because I broke it out into each sign, and I did pull some cards for additional messages for each sign, talking about the houses that the house that you guys are going to be feeling the energy the most during this week. So everything is time stamped on that video in the description box, so you don't have to watch the whole thing if you want to check that out. So let's pull in a protection message from Wisdom of the Oracle. We got a change in the wind. Okay. So this indicates just that, a change in the wind, a change in the circumstances. Now, you guys are going to have Saturn retrograde in your 10th house of career. So just something to think about throughout this reading. Okay, so there are conditions brewing in your life that you have no control over right now, Taurus. So this could be whether you were furloughed, laid off, fired, quit your job, issues having to do with that. This could have to do with issues within your relationship. All of this could have to do with the lockdown and the change in the economy, or it doesn't have to have anything to do with that. But this does tell me that there are some changes, things brewing that you have no control over. And this is about, again, as a protection message, don't fight the changes. Change is inevitable, and it's for the best and for the higher good, right? So even if this storm blows away and the structures you think you've built your dreams on, all will turn out as it should. Like, let's say you were in a job and you got furloughed, which is kind of a stinky situation to be in, really, because like you're on payroll, so you can't get unemployment, but at the same time you're not getting paid. It's like a weird kind of thing. But you think that you're going to go back to your job as it was, and it just may not be there, or you think, that relationship is going to be able to go right back to where it was before, and it may not be able to do that just because of the changes that we've all been through. We're all fundamentally different people now, right? In so many ways. So, what's really great about this, though, is that you're going to have a renewed clarity and strength to do something even better. So in this way, Spirit really is your friend, really is your ally, well, at all times, but particularly having to do with this, however you're resonating with this. So some of you, I do know that a lot of Taurus energies have been dealing with this trying to navigate, a new way ahead in career. And the fact that we have Saturn retrograde in there, there are changes going on. There's no question. All right, so let's pull the cross first and see what we get for our Taurus friends. Messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Fool, I like that. Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah. Very relevant here. We have the Ten of Coins first. This is your past, Mercury and Virgo. So if this had to do with a job or, any sort of project that you were working on, in the past, you felt like it was where you really did in the moment think that was where you belonged, right? That was going to bring you the pragmatic needs of your life. The reason I'm saying this is Mercury and Virgo. Virgo is a very pragmatic sign. It's very practical. It's hardworking, right? Virgo, very hardworking sign. It's also a pentacle energy ruled by Mercury, which is about movement forward. Right. So I feel like, you were, if this had to do with career, you did at one point believe that, yes, this is exactly where I belong. right? Exactly where I belong, but you're not feeling that right now. Now, if this had to do with a relationship, you're feeling like, yes, this is the mental, emotional, and physical connection that I've really been looking for. And this is where, you're coming into, that was the past, right? Right now we have the Fool energy that's crossed by the Chariot Reverse. Two very interesting energies to get together, I do have to say. Because the Fool is great. I love the Fool. It's probably my favorite card in the deck, because this is ready to take the chance. There's nothing foolish about the Fool, really. I kind of feel like instead of being card 0, I feel like it should be, past the world's card at the end. It's about doing something different, wanting to take that calculated risk, feeling very motivated to get on that new path. You got that fire in your belly. This is you're feeling very optimistic about the fact that you have to go on a new path. Even though you wanted something in the past, it didn't work out. And you're in the space of saying, all right, now what, right? I have that fire in my belly, to go on this new path. But then we have the Chariot Reverse. It's crossing this feeling here. The Chariot is a Cancer energy. Chariot is also about getting on that path and working towards where you're supposed to be going, right? That metaphorical home space, because Cancer does rule the 4th house, which is about home. It's also about safety. It's about safety. So the Chariot Reverse does indicate to me poor decision making, and whatever it is that you're doing right now, you need to not do it anymore. And what does that mean? That sounds very ominous, right? And I don't mean for it to be, but it does indicate not following whatever advice you're getting from people who seem very, well-intended and knowing it's not right for you. It's accepting poor advice. It's making poor decisions right now. It's not honoring where you're supposed to actually be heading. It's about being on the wrong path, guys. Those of you who've been watching me, I always say with the Chariot Reverse, it's like that, that car on that isolated country road that loses control of the wheel and ends up going off the road down into the woods, ending up upside down in the ditch. Just because they weren't paying attention, they didn't make the right decision in the moment, and they ended up at the bottom of the ditch kind of thing. That's what the Chariot Reverse is. So you have this fire in your belly to get onto this new path, to go in this different direction, but you're being held back by poor decisions right now, listening to the wrong advice right now. So really right now you're in this interesting space, because it's like forward movement, but you're not thinking very clearly. Okay, so you need to get in touch with that. And when I say not thinking clearly, it's more like, what is your bottom line? What do you really want from that relationship? What do you really want from that job? And I know that sounds very sort of simplistic, but give that a go. Like, sit down and say, what do I actually want from this fill in the blank? Right? You have this fire in your belly to move forward, but then it's like, where are the wrong decisions being made here? Queen of Cups is the crowning energy. So whenever we have a court card, we can look at it as a person or an influence, okay? So as a person, this indicates to me either you or somebody that you're dealing with holding back emotions, not totally sharing in this connection from an emotional perspective, right? It being held back. Now, it could be because of the quarantine, or it could be because there's this distance felt, right? There's even if you're in the same room with them, right? There's this emotional distance being felt. If this has to do with a job, you're going to feel like you're not getting all the information that you need. You could also be dealing with a person who's very manipulative, who's very manipulative with emotions, somebody who deflects, somebody who's just not a healthy energy. If this has to do with an influence, it's you knowing that something is going on with this career, with whatever it is that you want to do, that you are just not in touch with. And I like the fact that this is here because we have the Chariot Reverse, because there's an acknowledgement of you not connecting with something anymore, to that job, to that major in school, or to that relationship. So it could just be a, an influence of feeling this lack of connection emotionally, or if you're dealing with a person, it could certainly be a very challenging. The Queen is often, it often does indicate female, but there's really no gender specificity in tarot. This could just be a very challenging energy that you're dealing with. And then we have the Knight of Swords in reverse as a foundation. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is a Taurus and Gemini energy. And in the reverse, this is, all right, something is going on that's not making you feel good about yourself. So whether it's communication that's not coming in, because sword energy is communication and truth. So this could be, you not being in contact with somebody, right? So maybe somebody ghosted you, or you're not getting information back in a timely way. This could be you putting out these applications and you not hearing anything back. This could be somebody you're communicating with, but they're not communicating in a healthy way. And when you guys do, there's a lot of, it's sort of like tension and there's argument, right? When it comes to this, right? If this has to do with relationship. But if it has to do with a career, guys, this could absolutely be you really being in this, how do I want to say this? You're in this space of trying to figure out what it is that you want to do, but you're having such a hard time accessing the truth of really what it is that you should be doing. This is very interesting. I have to say this because I feel like with this Chariot Reverse energy and the Fool and this, what I'm getting here right now is you were in a situation that you left, but you're still staying on the trajectory of a similar path, thinking that that is where you're supposed to be, but it's not the right decision. If this has to do with relationship, it could be that you were with somebody new, you were with somebody in the past, you thought you were happy with them, now you're with somebody else, you want to take a chance, but this is not the right thing for you, because ultimately it's going to bring you into a similar space. It's going to be like same song, different tune kind of thing, same kind of energy that's not meant for you. Okay, so some of you, that's going to resonate like that. If this has to do with career, let's say you were in computers, okay? Let's say you were involved in, you guys are Taurus, you're not going to be involved in computers. Let's say you were involved in something having to do with like, I don't know, let's just say the beauty industry, okay? Let's just say, for example, and let's say that you are some sort of makeup artist or some sort of clothing designer, something like that, okay? And you were in a job, but the thing is, it wasn't fitting you right. You weren't able to like get into that metaphorical home pocket in any job. You loved the idea of what you were doing and you loved what you were doing, but you just couldn't find the right environment to do it in. So it's like you're still staying within that area though, even if you lost your job or you left that job, you're looking for another job similar in that area. But meanwhile, you're supposed to be like an interior designer. Does that make sense to you? Like you need to come to this, and you know it though, Taurus. Like the thing is, you're being poked with the Knight of Swords reverse, with this truth that needs to be seen, right? It's this idea that's just not coming to you. You know you need to make the shift, but you can't put your finger on it. You can't put your finger on it. Yeah, and then we have the Star reverse. This is an Aquarius energy. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. It's about doing something different than you're doing now so that you can end up moving towards healing. So you're in this space of almost like an analysis paralysis I'm getting here. Because that's exactly what the star energy is beautiful. It's about healing, the blessings of the seven sisters and the skies, all this wonderful energy. But, it's with the understanding that there's going to be forward movement differently than what you've been doing now. And in the reverse, this tells me that you're not doing anything differently. So you're not going to end up where you're supposed to be until you can get in touch with, Taurus, what it is that you're specifically supposed to be doing. I definitely get that you guys are feeling it. It's not like you're not knowing. It's not like you're living with your head in the clouds and you don't know this. You just can't put your finger on what it is that you need to do with that relationship, what it is that you need to do with that career, your career in general, so that it's different. The external energy to you is the Three of Swords in reverse. This is more positive in the reverse. Now, this is external to you. This is not you. And this is the card of pain. What's good about the reversal of this, though, it has to do with there being recognition, right? So this could be somebody, okay, because the Three of Swords is a Saturn and Libra energies, right? So Saturn is about restriction. There's a holding back, right? It's about there being challenges, right? There's a lot of karma here. It has to do with the past. But Libra, it's Saturn and Libra. So Libra is all about what's fair, what's not fair, and you recognizing, like from your perspective, what is not right about what you've been dealing with, which I think is a huge gift. You're recognizing where the level of injustice was, right? Because it's Libra. Libra is, the glyph for Libra is scales. It also rules relationship. It's also ruled by Venus, which has to do with money and love and self-respect. So, and how we view ourselves. So what this is telling me is there is this truth coming out that's going to serve to validate your feelings about why a certain situation hasn't been working out for you or didn't work out for you in the past. There's validation here about whatever it was that went on that made you feel really bad about yourself, why that person did what they did in that job, why things went the way they did in that job, why the person did that thing to you in the relationship. So, I mean, pain is pain, but what's good is that there is this illumination and this truth coming to light that is going to serve to validate, you know, why something went down the way it did. Then we have the King of Coins in reverse as your fear. You're afraid of money. Yeah. Okay. I mean, Aries and Taurus energy. Aries all about a new path. You guys, you know, you guys are a Pentacle energy. Again, you guys are all about, you know, love, making money, feeling good about yourself. And you're just afraid that you're going to end up in something that's not going to bring you the money that you know, but this is a fear, so it's not real. You're going to end up in something that's not going to bring you to where you want to go. But then we have the Eight of Coins, which is awesome. This is great. This is a Sun and Virgo energy. So what I like about this is whenever we have the Sun inflecting any of the energies, there's about epiphanies and illumination coming to light. And in Virgo being the most pragmatic energy. So from a very practical standpoint, that something's going to be hitting you that's going to really be pulling you on the right path, Taurus. I like this. Because the Eight of Pentacles is about, it's not about arriving yet, but it's about being on your way. You have this foundation that you're going to use in a different way, and it's going to bring you the money that you need so that you can sit down and pay your bills, buy that house, go on that trip, whatever it is that you have on your heart that you want. It's going to be bringing you there. So I do like that. But so you're going to have this epiphany, which is really great. Again, change in the wind. And then we have the Nine of Swords as your future energy. Still a really good energy because this is about, you have experienced, Taurus, the worst part of all of this already. The worst part is behind you. You're coming out of it. Any anxiety, any depression, any level of high confusion, having to do with that job, having to do with that relationship, you're coming out of it. You're coming out. And I like this because this is a Mars and Gemini energy. So again, Mars ruling Aries is about a fresh perspective, a new initiative to push forward. And Gemini is about not only communication, but again, being ruled by Mercury, which is that from an alchemical perspective about transition. So you're letting go of holding on to something that was and recognizing that the change is very necessary. Okay. And if the Eight of Coins, I did mention it for career, but going back, if it's relationship, the Eight of Coins energy, again, being that Sun in Virgo, this is some sort of epiphany hitting you regarding a relationship that's going to end up changing the trajectory of your path, where you're going to make that decision to either leave it once and for all or lay down the law as to what you need. You know, it doesn't have to be so ominous as you leaving it, but it's you getting in touch with what it is that you really need, figuring out what hasn't been working up to this point. Really getting in touch with that and not allowing yourself to ruminate in the anxiety and the depression and all of that, you know, in the light of something not working out anymore. So I find that, you know, even through the confusion, there's going to be clarity at the end of this. But it's going to be through accepting that there's change, that there is definitely change happening. So we're going to pull some cards for relationship. Again, these are general messages, guys. Don't try to make it fit if it doesn't, you know. So we'll pull some oracles, a few tarot. Everything's upright with the oracles, right? Look inside yourself. Examine what's causing you to feel this way. Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. I mean, really? This is very lining up with the Celtic cross. Let go and all will work out. Ooh, manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Okay. Yeah, you know, why are you feeling a certain way in this relationship? Everything's just so weird, even in relationships and career now, right? This crazy new life we're living. I mean, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We're very resilient beings, are we not? We really are. Okay. Let's pull some oracles. Okay, there's some hurt here. Only some hurt. Okay. Wow. A significant shift in your path is coming. It's all good. All right. Let's just pull a few tarot and then see what we have. So we have not today. We have coffin. We have hand of cards. Okay. Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh. Taurus. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Three of Swords. Okay. So again, we have look inside yourself, examine what's causing you to feel this way, surrender, right? Letting go of something old so that something new can come in, and manifesting miracles. Well, let's see what's been going on with you. We have not today, not dealing with the hurt, avoiding a conversation, call person, boundaries, still angry about something. Coffin, endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. Hand of Cards, take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing your hand. Not showing your hands, like that Seven of Swords energy, right? Not showing your hand about something. Okay, so then we have here, the message here is, you engineered our current situation and I allowed it to happen. Okay, so somebody did something that you allowed to, that you in some way maybe intuitively knew was going on, or that when you had nothing to do with it, but when you found out about it, you didn't act on it a little more proactively maybe. We have a significant shift in your path is coming. It's all good. And then we have, I can't complete you. You need to complete you so I can add to you. Yeah. All right. So maybe you were dealing with somebody who was rather insecure, right? I do feel like that, because then we have under that, we have the Three of Swords card, which is the card of pain here. Again, Saturn and Libra, this can indicate a third-party situation when it comes to relationship. This could also be somebody just not showing up in the way that you needed them to. And that's the third sword. The third sword could be an irresponsible use of money, them throwing you under the bus, having to do with a friend or a family situation. Anything that will cause pain, again, because it's Saturn in Libra. So something that didn't make you feel good, right? Then we have the Ace of Cups here, and we have the Two of Cups. So I'm going to pull some more energies on this, because what I'm getting here is we have you looking inside yourself, really letting go of that, whatever it was, you know, and then really trying to manifest and bring what it is that you really want in relationship. There's this acknowledgement that you were hurt, that something's over, right? and you're still needing to deal. Some of you still needing to deal with that energy, and you're just kind of like saying what you need to say to get out of the conversation, to get past the situation. You're doing what you need to do. The reality is you've recognized that they engineered this situation to be the way it is, right? And that obviously they must be harboring some sort of insecurity where they need this external validation, that maybe they're pointing the finger that, you know, a lacking in you, right? That's kind of like a gaslighting kind of thing. But then we have the Three of Swords energy. So maybe they sought solace in a third party situation here, or they acted irresponsibly in a way where they weren't thinking about you, your feelings, what you needed, and you know, having any sort of integrity. Okay, so, you know, you're recognizing the pain here, but then we have you allowing a new energy in, Taurus. Ace of Cups. This is a brand new, to have the ace and then the two. I mean, this is very synchronistic here. Absolutely. Two of Cups is Venus and Cancer energy. And what we like about this, yeah, Venus is wonderful because it's about love and feeling good about ourselves and all of that. But Cancer, we like Cancer because Cancer's safe. Cancer's that metaphorical home space. This is somebody who's willing to work at something with you in the way that you are. And it's a brand new beginning. So you went through something painful, but you're allowing yourself, there's a significant change in your path is coming. How crazy is that with the change in the wind? Surrender, look inside yourself to allow those miracles to manifest. It's going to open up. And this pain that you were feeling in this relationship, now this could be an energy that happened already. But where you're still kind of trying to figure it out. You're still trying to unknot it. You know what I mean? This doesn't have to be happening right this moment. I feel like this happened already. And then but somebody new is coming in. So, I mean, Taurus, at the end of the day, pain is never a fun thing. But if it brings you to a healthier place, it's just part of the process. It's the ebb and flow of it all, right? All right, thanks, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.